glue, and things to color with, like crayons, markers. I don't advise paint right now because of how quickly our session is going to go, but it can be something you use later. All right. I'd say we can get going here, Catherine. What do you think?
I am in agreement. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen with you. If it'll let me. Oh, I see. Here we go. All right, so welcome to our Wellness Through Art little program. The purpose of today, I'm not an art therapist, but I have background in teaching art, and I understand the way art can be used to bring families closer together to promote wellness. And I have Miss Catherine Drown with me here today as well, who also has some experience with art in her daily life and how it promotes wellness in her life. So she can share some of that if she likes. We know that daily art practices can promote emotional and social wellness. Parents and children have the opportunity to engage meaningfully when they do art together. And when an adult maybe is just doing art by themselves, they have the opportunity for self-reflection and even transformation. And today we will go through a little activity together that might inspire you to do it with your own family or with yourself, with your students, either today or at some other point. What is art therapy? Art therapy is something that engages many aspects of ourselves. It engages the mind, body, and spirit in more ways than just talk therapy alone can do. A lot of therapy is talking and talk exercises, but art therapy engages the different aspects so that art therapists can use the visual and symbolic expression that you're presenting to give voice to your experience. Sometimes we don't really have the right words to use when we're trying to describe what's in our minds or in our hearts, but we can show it. And so it gives voice to that. It gives individuals the power to express their insides. And when individuals can be empowered, this can transform the community. I wanted to make sure that Catherine, if you wanted to jump in and say anything, I wanted to give you a chance to do that if you like.
Well, I would just add in that you say the visual and symbolic expression helps give voice to experience. And part of that is just working with the colors and the textures. And it kind of often unlocks things that are not verbal for us, emotions, and helps us work through those. And even opens up pathways through the body, I think, energy pathways that then gets the energy flowing, and then that's available for more healing. So it works in many ways more ways than we know.
Yes, I agree. Art therapy is more than just a coloring book. A lot of us see advertised art therapy coloring book, art therapy coloring app, and adult coloring books and even Zentangles. They're great for zoning out, for calming your mind, for taking a moment for yourself. You get to work with the colors and the lines and the creation aspect. But it does lack a little bit of that therapy element that only comes when you have a therapist. Art therapy is also not just art for the sake of making something beautiful, as much as that can be a powerful experience, making something that you're proud of and beautiful. There's that, again, that aspect of the presence of a professional therapist to help you through that transformation. And so coloring books can be part of a therapy, but it's not just that. Um, Catherine, do you have anything to add here?
I like where you said it's not just for the sake of making something beautiful. I'm kind of very new to the art. I've always wanted to do art, but have lacked the fine training and the skills. But I realized that, and as I've been learning, I've come across the expressive art term, where using art to express emotions and feelings and things that we're working through or going through. And so I really like that distinction, expressive art, that it doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be meaningful for us and help us work through the things that we need to. And I don't think you're suggesting, Jade, that doing art itself, we need to go out and hire a therapist, but that it does have some other part to it that is more helpful if we need that, I guess.
Yes, that's a great addition. I like how you talk about it's not just you. It's okay if you don't know how to make something, you don't have the proper training to do this. It's the process of it. So I think we should start on our activity.
Let's do our process.
All right. I'm going to change my camera so that you see my desk. Okay. So get your writing utensil and my families who have their kids participating, either they can dictate to you or they can draw a picture of or something else that has to do with this question I'm going to ask you. This might be kind of hard for some of us, but I want you to think of something actually that's been a negative source of energy in your life. Maybe something that someone had said to you that you just kind of deal with, or even a negative emotion, maybe that you don't like to feel, maybe something that you experience that you're dealing with. And we're not revealing this to each other, this part.
So could it be something that maybe you feel sad when you think about it?
Yeah.
Or it just kind of brings you down?
Yeah. So
okay.
You guys are going to see my camera. So I'm just going to even write the word fear, because that's something that holds me back from living my life sometimes, is fear. So I'm just going to write the word fear really big. But I want to make sure that give you guys a chance to think of something that maybe makes you sad, maybe it's just a sad face or an angry face. And we don't need to, this doesn't have to be the nice part, because after you draw the negative thing that makes you feel sad, we're going to flip it over and color on it. So I know I went kind of fast right there, but that was for those of us who want to know what's next. I'm going to give us about 1 more minute to do that. All right. I'm picking out a couple colors that make me happy. I picked out some greens and a happy pink color that I am then going to flip over my paper so that whatever I drew that was negative, that makes me feel sad or angry or scared, I flip it over and now I'm going to color on it. Normally you would take your time with this and do something really wonderful and beautiful if you like. But I think I'm just gonna draw some flowers on mine. Not really a scene, just kind of a design. I encourage you to do a design as well, nothing too intricate. And also nothing that you necessarily care about too much because, surprise, we're going to be ripping this up. So I scattered some flowers throughout mine, and now I'm going to put some wavy lines. You might choose to just do lines in yours or to just color over it. So let's say you're doing this activity with your children, and as they write on the back or as they dictate to you or to another grown-up, and as they're coloring the front, this can be a great opportunity to talk about that thing that's written on the back. Why does it make them sad or angry? If you're an adult and you're doing this activity on your own, think about, why does this hold me back? What are some things I can start doing to overcome this? All right. How much time we have left? Let's see.
I was just looking at that. We might want to. So there's my side. Mine's not as pretty as yours.
Hey, that's great. That's perfect.
But we may want to move to the next step.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move to the next step. So
we have 5 minutes.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but what I want you to start doing is start ripping your paper thoughtfully, don't into different sized pieces. Now you can do shapes, you can do lines. So create a good therapeutic element of the physical ripping. It's also good for our little ones and their fine motor development.
This is kind of fun.
Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of loud there, my friends. Okay. So now we have some interesting shapes. Okay. Set those aside. I'm going to pull over my other paper. Good job. And now I'm going to start to take my shapes and my ripped up pieces, and I'm going to start looking at how they look on this paper. In hindsight, art teachers were always like learning how something's going to work better. It may have worked better to select, instead of this sheet, this green sheet that's the same size as the one that I just ripped up, I should have probably chosen a bigger piece. So I'm going to go get another scissors. You can do that too. You can just use 2 pieces to make a bigger piece. There we go. Because I don't think I'm going to have room to put all of them. So then you arrange your pieces in a way that you like the way it looks. You can be really purposeful, and you can make something that might like look like a flower. Maybe I can arrange them to look like petals, or a happy face, or a scene that makes you happy. It can be random. And I would advise don't glue them down yet. Arrange them first and see what you like. And once you like it, then you can glue them down. I think that's all of my pieces. I'm going to lift my camera up a little bit so you can see. So you've made a mosaic of sorts. And I hope what the point of this activity is to show you how you can transform something that was once negative into something beautiful that you can feel good about, and you have a point of reference now with your child of, remember that beautiful picture you made about the such and such emotion or thing that you're scared of. Look how we can make it beautiful and be stronger because of it. I see some of my friends working very quickly to finish up their art.
Oh, we do have one more minute.
Yeah.
So we thought we might have people show, but I'm not sure we'll have time.
Yeah,
but hopefully you can have fun finishing it. But you might want to mention, Jade, that we do have a resource sheet that we'll put, I'll go get it and put a link in.
I actually have it pulled up to share.
Oh, yay, great.
To put in the chat. So I'll do that real quick for you guys. I'll copy it and paste it in the chat. So this link is a link of resources to use to learn more about how to do art with your family in a more therapy type element. Not, we aren't licensed therapists, but it can be a way to engage in conversations about hard topics with your student, and as a way of self-reflection with yourself, or just a way to include art in your daily life, because we all know that promotes wellness. Thank you, Catherine, for putting the steps in the chat. That was a good idea.
You're welcome. Welcome.
As we close out, does anyone have any questions or comments?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining. It was so good to see you guys.
See you later.
And you may want to get back to, bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.